Hello and welcome. My name is Leanne Peard and welcome to our first virtual social buzz. So for those of you who know what the social buzz is, you'll be familiar with it being a breakfast event and training event, whereas we got together and actually learnt about social media. However, in this day and age of all of us being so time poor, I've decided to take the event online. So it's a virtual event now. And this month's topic, I'm going to start from the very basics, which is to develop a social media strategy or plan. Now, I know for a fact many business owners are out there getting very frustrated with social media, not knowing where to go, what to do, how to do it. And they normally, have a go themselves, watch a few tutorials online, hopefully some of mine, and then maybe employ an admin girl to actually take care of, in inverted commas, their social media marketing. However, there is a lot of skill and knowledge that's required to get or gain that return on your investment for social media. And that's where business owners become extremely frustrated. Like anything, if we're going to build a house, we're not going to put the roof on first, or we're not going to do the walls. You have to have a foundation for your success online. So it's no different. So today we're going to cover what you need to think about and consider in developing your social media strategy, which is your foundation for your success. Now, your social media strategy will be what we would say a live document. It's not something that you would create today and then live by it for the next 5 years, obviously, because social media is forever changing. So that's what we're going to cover today in the social media strategy first session for the social buzz. Now, welcome to those that have already been supporting me for the last 12 months, and those that haven't, welcome as well. You'll find this information, I'm hoping, very educational, and that will assist you in developing your social media marketing. So a little bit about myself. My name's Leanne Peard. I won't bore you with all the details. However, I'm the old girl on the new block, so to speak. So I've been delving in social media since 2005. When we didn't actually have fan pages for Facebook, or we didn't have Pinterest, but we did have YouTube, and we did have obviously Google and blogs, and I was able to actually have a bit of a shift in my mindset about using social media for business. And I went on to actually, create a big buzz around my brand at the time, which was a real estate company. And going from having no listings, no clients, within 10 months, we were generating over $500,000 in sales. So that's a bit of the success. I love social media. I went on to become a life and business coach. And then I realized in my business coaching that so many businesses are still struggling, I suppose, in developing their online presence. So that was the birth of Social Media Specialist. So I'm a trainer, a coach, and an author. And my passion is to help you get your business online. And if not, on the front page of Google. And when I say if not, that's if you choose to do so. Why you would not choose to do that, I have no idea. Anyway, let's get back to what we're going to talk about today, which is your social media strategy. I'm hoping that you can all see my lovely screen. So when we look at a strategy or your objectives for you and your business, the most important part before you even get on social media is who and what do you want to attract. So when I think about it, each platform is different, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detailed as we go through the presentation. However, who and what? Why are you on social media? Many people go, oh, I don't know. Well, you need to know why you're on social media. And particularly, you need to know why you are on which platforms. So is it to build a brand? Is it to have a presence, to create a perception that, you are the expert in your field, which you are, but you need to show everybody else that. Do you want a return on your investment? So as far as time and energy that you're putting into your social media marketing, are you happy with just 10,000 likes? Or do you actually want to remove those likes off Facebook or Twitter or whatever account you're using and actually create an email marketing list? Excuse me. So the reason I say that is because Facebook can shut you down at any time. I've got clients who are spending $10,000 a month on marketing on Facebook and had their account closed. Unfortunately, Facebook is a privately owned, well, it's public, isn't it now? However, it's still owned. So we have limited control on the people and our potential clients. So my coaching or suggestion would be to get them off Facebook and put them onto your email marketing list so you can market to them. Anyway, the thing that you need to consider before you even start social media or building your strategy platform is who and what. And the what is what type of clients that you wish to attract. What is the big picture? So the 5 steps to your social media success is developing a strategy. And inside that strategy, once you know who and what, you need to decide what platforms. And we'll cover that today. You need to commit to your expand your reach, which means you need to actually set aside some time to make this work. It's not an easy task. And you need to nurture these relationships that you have with your potential clients online. Once you've nurtured the clients, you need to properly maintain your presence. So I also see a lot of business owners get on Facebook or Twitter or whatever platform they choose. They go hard for 6 months and then they go, oh, that's a load of rubbish, it doesn't work. There's a couple of reasons that it doesn't work, and that is maybe they've been intermittent in their postings, they're not consistent, they haven't had a plan or a strategy, maybe they're on the wrong social media platform, maybe they don't know how to nurture their clients, they've got the mentality or the mindset of just sell, sell, sell. So you need to consider what your big picture is and what you want to achieve from your social media marketing. Let's have a look at your strategy now. So who do you want to reach out to? So that's interesting because I always find this question answered with everybody. When I ask clients, who do you want to reach out to? They say everybody. And that's true. You are the right person for everybody. However, when you think about marketing, it's like fishing. I can't go out with a small hook and say a piece of bread when I want to catch a marlin. You need to have the right bait and the right hook size to catch the right fish. Yes, you can throw a net out there and catch absolutely everything, but you'll end up with crap clients, excuse my French. So you'll end up with clients that you don't want, clients that don't need you. You'll end up clients that do want you. So you'll have a mixed catch, so to speak. So even though this may be very difficult for you to understand, you need to think about, if you want to be effective in social media marketing, you need to think about who your ideal client is. And if you find that hard, you need to think about your A-class client. So that's the one that, will spend X amount of dollars every month, are friendly and nurturing, tells everybody about your services. It's the old 80-20 rule, 80% of your business will come from 20% of your clients or 20% of what you do. So think about that top 20% client and actually write down what they are or who they are. Once you've got that in the bag, then it's easy to market to them. And yes, you will catch everybody else in your fishing net, however, or your marketing net. However, it makes it easier to market to, okay, especially if you go into Facebook marketing. You need to identify their problems, needs, and fears. People don't want to hear how great you are. The old saying is, people don't care what you know until they know you care. So you need to identify what problems and fears they are. And this is part of your marketing strategy when you go into content, because these are the issues that you are going to address for them. So what is the target market? Where do they go? Where do they hang out? Who actually has your client before you do? So this is just traditional marketing. If you are an online business, well, who do they go to and what products do they buy before you and where do they hang out? What Facebook groups do they look at? If you're an offline business, same thing. So think about, where do your clients go? If you're a massage therapist, are they at a PT before, a personal trainer before they go to your massage? So think about where your client is before you get them and then go out and join those groups. And I'll go into a little bit more information in that shortly. So who are you looking at doing business with? Let's recap that. Look at doing look at your existing 20% of your customer base, identify who they are, and I mean identify them. Are they married? Do they have children? Do they have a set income? Do they like playing sports on the weekend? Do they like fishing? Do they like golf? What is it do they like? Now, I can already hear you saying to me, I don't know. Well, it's your job to know to be successful in marketing your business. And the way that you can do that is email them, ask them, do a poll, do some questions, get your clients to answer these questions so that you are well informed with what their problems, needs, and fears are, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. And then you're set home and hosed, ready to do your marketing. Simple, huh? Or you could do a Facebook poll. There you go. So let's look at your niche. Whatever you're doing, you do have a niche inside that business. So we're talking about identifying your niche and the best client that would suit you. You need to really figure this out before you venture on a Facebook market. If you go out there saying, yes, you're everybody to everything, like I said before, it's very, very hard to attract those people to you. So for example, you may have a personal training business, but you only use kettlebells. So you really focus on all your marketing to be in relation to kettlebells. You might have a motor mechanic business. You really do a lot of radiators, for example. Maybe you live out in Whoop Whoop and there's always things going through the radiator. So you become the specialist in the radiator. Okay, so I'm a business coach, but I've actually specialized or niched my business coaching down to social media. So I hope that makes sense. A lot of people will go, I'm not doing it. I understand that. I was in your shoes 10 years ago. However, to be successful, you really need to at least try this for me. And I hate the word try, because if I asked you to try and pick up a pen or a chair, you either pick it up or you don't. So my thoughts are, at least attempt to do a marketing strategy on a niche and to see how it increases your business. And then if it doesn't work, come back and tell me and we may be able to work something out together. The main thing is you need to solve the problem of your client. They're looking online for problem solving. How to do this? Where will I get that from? How do I fix this? So think about the how-to questions that your clients are asking. Focus on what they want to hear. So again, once you've identified the problem, the fear, the needs of your client, you should really think about a unique selling proposition. And if you don't have one in your business already, you probably should have one. Develop 3 to 4 themes or niches or service products. Again, have a bit of a mix so that you can test them on the platforms. And have a theme to make it easier. And you can outsource all this if you need to through websites like Elance and Guru.com and different places like that if you don't want to do it yourself. But have a theme for your social media marketing. And I'll discuss a Facebook theme with you briefly now. So for example, you might be let's just think about something off the cuff here. Let's say you're a marriage celebrant and you particularly work with second-time marrieds or divorced couples that are getting married again. Okay, so that would be your niche. So all your marketing in Facebook would be directed to those clients. So you would have images and pictures of older people in your Facebook posts. You would always be referring to plus 40 weddings or similar things like that. You would create a theme, like Monday might be Monday Madness, and Tuesday might be Tuesday Trivia, and Wednesday might be Wonderful Wednesday, and Thursday might be Tricky Thursday. So that's where you develop a theme to actually engage with your clients, and I'll go into that a little bit more detailed shortly. So when you've identified your niche, your product, you need to develop some copy. So what I mean by copy is you need to develop emotional catching words, phrases that are going to get people to buy and connect with you. So for example, we've all seen those ads on TV. They're all in the TV ads. They're all emotionally based. This will make you feel better. This will make you lose weight. You will sleep wonderfully and all night on your new pillow. And I only say that because I just bought some pillows off TV and I haven't got them yet. But it's all emotive. So your copy, your copywriting is your wording that you're going to write on your social media platforms. So you need to consider, what is my copy? Okay, what is the pain, the issues, the fears that my clients are having, and how do I address them correctly in the written form? And if you get some good copy done, you can use it on your website again, because social media is all about sending traffic back to your website. It's not about having each platform different and in their own space. And get somebody to write your copy. There is a brilliant book out there, and I can't think of the name of it. It's escaped me right now. Brett Thompson is the gentleman's name, and it's called Client Rush. There you go. He's a local guy that lives on the Gold Coast, has a brilliant book on how to write copy and emotive words. I would coach you to go and buy that book. It's great. It's like $14 or something. So look at your copy. Look at how you're going to speak to your audience. That's what we're going with there. You need to concentrate less on I. So, for example, traditional marketing is, I can do this for you. I have the best potato peeler for your potatoes. I. If you haven't noticed, social media has become popular because it's, and I don't mean to be disrespectful here, but I'm being blunt. It's become popular because it's egotistically based. And what I mean by that is it allows people to connect with people, to find out what people are saying about their posts. So if you get on social media going, I guarantee you that all the I's out there don't give a damn about what you can do. Again, it goes back to addressing the problems, the fears, the needs of your clients. So you need to focus on what they want. You need to develop a framework, and for example, I've got an example here for you. So you need to speak directly in their terms. So for example, and this is an example of copywriting as well, you might say, you know how people are always looking to lose weight, but they hate exercise because it's boring and hard. Oh, we all know that, don't we? Well, I solved that problem. I have a personal training business that makes exercise fun and keeps you on track. That's the example of using copy to identify the problem. The problem is that everyone hates exercise because it's boring and it's hard, but you solve that problem. You make it fun and keep you on track. So this is what I mean about developing your strategy. You need to consider all this so that eventually it just flows through to your content on social media platforms. Speak directly in you terms, not I. I hope that makes sense. Last but not least, you need to define partnerships in your social media. So business owners have always worked independently, right? And this is what I get all the time when I say this, everyone goes, boo, why would I do that? But you need to connect with other businesses like yours on social media platforms for a number of reasons. One, your strategy should be that you connect and find out what they're actually up to and what content they're posting. Two, if they're a local business and they have 1,000 or 1,500 more people on their like page than you, start actually sharing some of their content. Maybe you could like a post of theirs. Maybe you could make a friendly comment. Why? Because all of a sudden you've placed your business in front of their 1,500 clients. And maybe, just maybe, if you've been doing your strategy correctly, you may actually get a couple of those likes over to your page. Maybe you'll be able to get a couple of those likes off your page into your email marketing list, and maybe you'll be able to eventually sell to them. They say that 80% of people will buy within a year if you're marketing to them on an email marketing platform or something similar. So that's why you would do that. You can also hook up with other businesses and do a joint venture. So if I'm a mechanic that does radiators really well, and you're a mechanic that does, and I'm not mechanically minded, so I don't know why I'm even going down this track, but maybe you're a mechanic that does tires. You'd be a tire fitter then, wouldn't you? Anyway, you understand where I'm going with this. So you might say to them, hey, look, you do tires really well. I do radiators really well. Can we share some information on our Facebook posts, and maybe we can share our client base or start a referral system, and I'll refer people to you and you can refer people to me, or you may post on your page about my business and I might post on my page about your business, and we'll create a wonderful relationship where we both have a win-win situation. So that's worth considering as well. Like I said, who is your competition? This could be your new best friend. You might be able to create a relationship with them. You should be checking out what they're doing anyway and marketing and what they're marketing. Don't be scared of joint ventures. Approach your competitors and think of them as affiliates or referral base. Now, I'm not going into content posting today. However, I will mention that there is a pretty cool little app called Post Planner for $29 a month, and you can actually have a look what your competition is doing. You can actually put in what photos they're getting more likes and hits on, and you could use something similar in your own content strategy. So then the next step is you need to establish your presence online. Which are the right size sites for you and which will give you the maximum impact or presence? I always train and coach. You need to find one platform that's right for you, master that platform, get it right before you move on to the next one. Or if you're pretty, good with social media marketing, maybe you might think about 2 or 3. I would strongly coach you, depending on your target market, which you obviously have or will identify after this call. Think about Facebook is always a good one, only because it's, how do I say this? There's like this familiarity around Facebook. It's like, if you're not on Facebook, you don't exist. Okay, so Facebook is important to have a presence there. If you're into videos, and I hope you are, you should really be considering about making videos and getting them onto the front page of Google, like this video will be, because of the techniques and strategies I've used in my social media marketing strategy. So you should think about YouTube, and you should think about Google+. And the reason I say that is because Google owns Google+ and also owns YouTube. So at the moment, your posts won't be indexed with Google from Facebook. So if I was to put something into Google, I'm not going to see a number of Facebook posts come up, right? I'm not saying that won't happen, but right now it's not happening. So it's not going to help you getting clients that are searching in Google. However, if you create videos and use keywords and post in Google+, then they will come up on the front page of Google. And the other one that you should do, even if you don't post to it, is LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is also in the algorithm with Google. So if someone goes looking for your name and you have a LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn will come up at the top. Again, I'm not going to go into all the platforms today, but they're the ones I would coach you on. You need to do some market research on your target market first to define which platform you're going to hang out on. If you don't know that, then I would suggest that you maybe just create, you should know it, but let's just say you don't want to go there. I would suggest that you go Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, and YouTube. You need to optimize your profile now. So what I mean by that, whatever platform you go onto or create, you need to fill in all the bits and pieces about you and your company. So with Facebook, you've got the About Us section. Make sure that you put the information about you and your business in the what you can do for your client copy or wording, not I. You need to have links out to your website or other social media platforms. You need to share other profiles with your again prospective clients. So for example, if you're on Facebook, you want to say things like connect with me on YouTube, connect with me on LinkedIn, and vice versa. So you need to optimize your profile, put the links in to your website where you can, and most of them will allow you to do that. And that way it'll drive traffic back from these social media platforms to your website, which is where we want them. Expanding your reach. There is a number of advanced search features to find customers. I strongly suggest that you look at that. Like I said, with Facebook, go onto the groups, find businesses that are like yours, find people that are already creating groups around your business or your business niche, and join them and fix the problem. Talk to them online, join online forums, accept all inbound invitations. I know people that in the business world say to me, oh, geez, I don't know so-and-so. He wants to connect with me on LinkedIn. Well, why wouldn't you connect with them? If you're out networking a face-to-face networking environment, you're going to take their business card, aren't you? And hopefully you'll probably connect with them and see what they do and have coffee with them. So what's the difference with connecting with all inbound invitations? You just don't know who that person may know, which is where your next client may come from. When you do connect, make all your invitations personal. So again, I'm talking about LinkedIn here. If I connect with somebody on LinkedIn, I just don't go yes and accept their invitation. I take the time to write them an email back and say, thank you for connecting with me. I often give them a gift of some sort. Again, that's part of my strategy. I will try, if I can, message them back and say, thanks for connecting with me. So think about that, because this is the part of expanding your reach, making yourself different from everybody else and just sending the like button. Even, when you have your birthday on Facebook and everybody, well, not everybody, most people at the end of the day will say, oh, thank you everybody for my birthday likes. That's cool. But what I do every time I get a wish, it's only once a year, so it doesn't matter. I actually personalize my greeting back to those that have created a birthday wish. So for example, if somebody says, happy birthday, Leanne, hope you have a great day, I will actually reply to every post on Facebook. Now, if you've got a lot of friends, you'll be there all day, but guess what? At least you're personalizing the experience for them. That makes it different. So again, never send out a generic message, make it special. Try building a Word document with a few different messages so you can just cut and paste. So that's what I've done with, I use Evernote, which is a great little note function. And I've got like LinkedIn scripts, and I have 3 or 4 different scripts that I just copy and paste every time that I get a new invite on LinkedIn. So there's ways and means to actually make this easy for you. Now that you're connected, you need to nurture these clients, okay? So you need to connect with them, you need to post often, you need to give them the information that you now know that they need, and do it consistently. So do your postings consistently and reach out to them and allow them to come back and reach out to you. The 4 best practices: engage in conversations in your network, okay? Ask questions. Social media is new. So when you're doing your posting, this is part of your posting strategy now. Think about what is my network like? If you have a network of people that love cats, keep posting cat pictures, because obviously that's going to work. I'll never forget, I saw a channel on Facebook, and all they did was post a funny video from YouTube every day, and this Facebook page had over 1 million likes, and I thought, wow, there you go. Talk about addressing a market or addressing the needs of what the client wants. So ask questions if you're not sure. Make sure that you have in your strategy that all postings should be linking back to your website. So you need to have a link to get them off the platforms. You need to tell people to like, comment, share, and embed your content, because they don't think about that. Remember, they're thinking about themselves. You need to make your part of your strategy, again, back to the 80-20 rule. You should have a lot of, not a great deal, but a lot of personal stories, and because people want to connect with you and not your brand. So people want to see who you are and how you operate. If you say a lot of ums like I do, well then you can go and get that sorted out at Toastmasters or any other different groups if you wanted to. However, be yourself. So you need to be educational, you need to be entertaining, but you need to be real. You need to show that you're authentic. If you make a mistake, you go, oops, I made a mistake there. So, and tell stories of what you're doing. People love it. The biggest way to grow your presence now on social media is to cross-connecting. So what I mean by that is each social media site has its own unique strengths. So let's say Facebook is really good for personal trainers at the moment, and I know that because I coach personal trainers. So if you're a personal trainer, then you would cross-connect that strength with another social media site like YouTube, and you would post YouTube videos on Facebook, and then on YouTube you would be asking them to connect with you on Facebook. So you cross-connect your platforms once you've got them up and established. You can send one post to every platform, it doesn't matter, just making sure that you are everywhere. And that's what happened with the real estate business. We used our blogs, we used Facebook, we used YouTube, and we had a Twitter account, which wasn't very successful. However, we did have one. And what happened within that 10-month period, because we did ask our clients, where did you find us? How did you see us? Because they wanted us to sell their house. And the words that were repeated time after time after time were, you are everywhere. And then I would say to them, oh, that's great. So what do you mean you are? What does everywhere mean? Oh, well, I saw your sign. I saw you on Facebook. I saw you on TV. I saw you on YouTube. I Googled you and you were there. So you create that presence everywhere, and you become the expert in your field. Now, I always get in trouble when I say this, but I'm just going to say it. Don't advertise, all right? Depending on your product. If you're selling nice little beaded jewelry for $2.50 and dresses for $15, well, then you will advertise, right? Because I don't know how many of those things I've bought offline, especially from Facebook. But if you're a local business, mechanic, what else is there? I'm just personal trainer. Don't flog your product all day, every day in your posts, because people don't want to be marketed to. They're there because they're all about themselves. So this is where you can actually advertise, but you can advertise in the forms of addressing their, remember, problems, needs, and fears that they are having. Don't promote your product. Don't say, I have the best kettlebells for sale, or I have this or I have that. If you're going to do that, pay for the advertising to send them back to your website to buy that product, okay? So you're looking at building relationships on Facebook. You wouldn't meet somebody at a networking function or a barbecue, shake their hand, and then start telling them about your best product that you have on sale today at your shop, right? So it's the same thing in social media land. You can send links. I do strongly suggest that you have links sending them back to your website. So you might say, have you seen this latest kettlebell? Click here for more information, and send them back there so they choose. But don't go and flog, this, that all over your website. So educate them. Remember, entertain, educate, and be real. If you're using a product that you want to refer, you might say, hey, just bought this. Take a photo of it. Just bought a new pair of shoes. Take a photo of it. They're really great. You can get them over on my website. So that's the way that you should advertise, not through what we are being accustomed to, which is that continual marketing. I hope that makes sense. You need to properly maintain your presence now. So we're already busy, right? And social media is a new thing, and it can be frustrating because we don't have enough time. We don't know how to do it correctly. You need to find time. So there are social media programs out there that can help you utilize and benefit your social media postings and time. And one is called Hootsuite. It used to be free, but now you have to pay for it. Again, you can do one posting to multiple sites. If you're on Facebook, Post Planner is great because you can go on there and find content, because finding content can sometimes be quite a struggle for businesses, and you can schedule that to go out. In part of your strategy, you should allow time every day, if not once a week, to find content, post it, and then go back and maintain your presence, which means, replying to what people are saying to you on social media, liking their photos, connecting with groups, okay? But you need to have a strategy in place of how you do this. Simple time management. It's all it comes down to. Block out 15 minutes at the beginning and at the end of each day to actually look at your social media and see what's happening. Allow an hour a week to find content. Create a content diary where you get a list of where you're going to get your content from. You might say, I'm going to use Post Planner for $29 a month, and I'm going to use this YouTube channel, and I'm going to post YouTube videos from there. I'm going to go to this website and post funny videos. So find the information that's in line with your culture, your theme, and your audience, and create a content diary, and then put that information into a platform like Hootsuite, and then go in and do 15 minutes a day. Now, I know some of you obviously like me, where I go, yeah, that's great. I turn Facebook on, and for whatever reason, I'm still on there an hour later kicking myself because I'm just looking at stuff. But you can always see the positive side of that. Maybe we're looking at stuff to actually share and is more content. But be mindful about your time, because social media can take a big chunk out of your day. Train your customers to talk about you. How do you get your customers to talk about me and my business? Well, there's 5 ways that you can. Give them the experience to talk about them. Align with their interests. Give them awards. Give them referral programs. Encourage them to post photos of them and their whatever it is, their soccer ball, if they play soccer, onto your page. Highlight client of the month. Think about different ways out of the box to actually reward your clients and tag them. Or actually, you can't tag them from your business page, but they could tag you. So you might run a competition and say, whoever tags, their workout program with me will go into the draw to win a basket of Easter eggs. Easter's coming up soon. So get them to talk about, remember, they want to talk about themselves. So get them to talk about themselves, but in relation to your business. So the top 10 keys to success, or your checklist. You need to develop a document, or a Word document, or some sort of document that covers who you're going to focus on. Create the strategy for partnership. So maximize your connection, optimize your profiles, who and why they should connect with. So who and why you should connect with. Any inbound leads, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to accept them all? Are you not going to accept them all? Leverage the strength of other platforms, so Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google+. Leverage your content. So a lot of people out there don't write blogs, but they are beneficial for your search engine optimization, and get help consistently. Now I'm just going to go back to blogs for a minute. So when we talk about content, this is what I do. I write a blog. I do a Google Hangout, which is Google+. I embed that Google+ Hangout into my blog, which creates a backlink, which helps my search engine optimization. That Google Hangout will be on YouTube, so now I've got a posting on YouTube. Then I get my blog and I post my blog to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, and Twitter sometimes. So you can see how one piece of content can go across multiple of different platforms and still have the same effect. I'm on YouTube, I'll be found. I'm on my website, and at the bottom of my blog, I always have a call to action. So, download my free report here, or get a free strategy session here. So that's just one little secret for your content. So that's it. Get help and be consistent. The most important part that when developing your strategy is don't make it too plastic or too professional. Make sure it's real, it's unique, and it's entertaining, and it reflects the culture of your business. Thanks for your time today. I hope you've enjoyed the very first social media buzz virtually online. So this social buzz is happening every month. To get past social buzzes and up-to-date training and group webinars, you can actually join us for $17 a month. So that's keeping current. There's a few things that are coming up. The next social buzz will be about Google and the new mice algorithm, which basically means if your website is not optimized for mobile viewers, Google is going to punish you or kick your butt. So that's well worth knowing. You can also work with me and get your skill sets on social media marketing, and you can actually get that with a certificate in social media marketing for $35 a week, or you can pay it outright if you wish, and that's a nationally accredited certificate so great for those people who are wanting to become a social media marketer or a social media management. Great employment opportunities, jobs for the future there. If you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, well, I can offer outsourcing your social media marketing for you, which is $447 for 3 months. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Get out there, create a strategy. Look, worst case scenario, if you get a piece of paper and you just write 5 or 6 dot points down to remind you of what you're doing and how you're doing it effectively, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're going. That's it from me, Leanne Peard, social media specialist. Apologise about all the noise. Everybody wants to make a noise when we always want to record. Have a great day. Don't forget to connect with me on Facebook at Social Media Plus, socialmediaspecialist.com.au, website for tools and tips, and get your free stuff, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Leanne Peer. Ciao for now.